How you doing, Costa? This is my little partner here.
Good. How are you, Alonzo?
I'm great. I'm great today, and this is our first show, so I'm excited. So we're going to bring you a lot of headlines, and we're going to talk about the pound-for-pound boxing, dream fights. We're going to talk to you about the upcoming fights that we think are going to be possibly some of the best fights during the year, and we're going to try to do our best to make you happy. And this is our first show. Costa, what do you want to say?
You won't be disappointed. Get ready, boxing fans. We're going to show you how it's done. We're going to talk about boxing. It's going to be live. It's going to be exciting. We're going to cut through all the bullshit. Can I say that on the net?
Yes, you could say that on the net. This is why BoxingShow.tv is so special.
That's right. All right.
So let's talk about what do you want to talk about today?
You ready? Let's start with the big news of the week. Very disappointing. David Haye has pulled out of his fight with Klitschko.
I can't believe it. I heard it was a hand injury, and let me tell you, I was not a happy camper. But you know what? They're talking about possibly fighting in July. If he's getting treatment, he's going back to his hometown, and they're going to treat it, and they're going to see if they can pull it off for July.
But you know, interestingly enough, they said this week that it's a back injury, and back injuries are very sensitive. He's saying he's just asking for 3 extra weeks to prolong it, and they could do the fight after. But now the Klitschko camp wants to they want to keep the date. They've already sold 60,000 tickets. Yeah, so they're thinking about getting a replacement.
Yeah, there are only 60,000 tickets, but that was for the David Haye fight, not for another fighter that maybe they won't. I heard about Solis. Possibly, jumping in, but I don't know.
He wanted to, but they didn't think he was enough of a draw. They wanted Arreola, actually. Okay. But Arreola's people said a fight of that magnitude, they want to have enough time for a proper training camp. They don't want to risk their fighter losing. So now the big thing is Chagaev, because he was ready to fight Valuev. That fight was canceled as well. So that's the fight they want to do.
Well, I don't know, Chagaev, he's kind of a little bit weird. Sometimes he's...
You know what? He's been injured many times. He pulls out of big fights. He's beaten Ruiz. He's beaten Valuev, majority decision, split decision. Yeah. They're not great boxers to begin with. I don't know. I think Klitschko beats him easily.
Really, eh? Okay, well, we're going to find out what's going to happen with David Haye. We're going to let you know. And what is your prediction if they eventually fight?
If they do fight, unless Haye can pull off one of those big haymakers and maybe stun Klitschko, get him off his game plan. We've all seen Klitschko fight. He's very methodic. He's very robotic. He's going to stick to his game plan no matter what. And if he does, he could get that jab off. He'll probably beat Haye in a unanimous decision.
Well, this is where we disagree, fans. I think David Haye is an incredible fighter. He's so quick, and this is the speed is going to be a big factor. And he's very, very powerful. He's knocked out a lot of people in the cruiserweight. His chin is a little bit suspect, but I believe that if somebody can knock out Klitschko, Costa, I'm telling you, David Haye could knock out Klitschko. I don't think that fight is going to go 12 rounds. But we're going to find out. We're hoping that fight is going to come, and we'll see who's wrong and who's right. Costa, let's talk about the next one.
All right, big news of the week. Mosley was saying that Pacquiao has accepted to fight him. Now they're saying Bob Arum doesn't want it to happen. Now everybody's getting into it. What do you think? Mosley, Pacquiao.
I don't know, man. Pacquiao, he's a mystery because I don't know if he's ever fought someone. Because I'm talking like Shane Mosley is right now. He's pretty much on his top of his game right now. He's got the speed. He's not a dehydrated De La Hoya. He's going to be coming in shape. I think that could be a possibly. Maybe Pacquiao will not be able to handle his speed. I know that he's very fast himself. I don't know if the fight is going to come up. I don't know if... I know Bob Arum doesn't want to fight Mayweather. That's for sure, at least not for now. He wants to he wants to make as much money as possible. That's what I think before he ever faces Mayweather, because he knows Floyd can have a really good chance of beating Pacquiao. But I think Mosley and Pacquiao, that would be a great fight. I mean, what do you think?
You know what? Mosley wants to cement his legacy, and the thing is, Mosley's being very easy about the fight. He agreed to a 60-40 split towards Pacquiao, which Arum would love. He agreed to dropping in weight, maybe 144 catch weight, which I think could be dangerous for him. Because he could make 147, but he's 37 years old. Those extra few pounds, you don't want to see another De La Hoya Pacquiao fight.
But didn't he fight 147 the last fights?
He did fight at 147, but they're saying at 144 to drop even a few more pounds because Pacquiao doesn't want to go to 147.
But I mean, 3 pounds for Mosley. He's always in top shape. We know he trains all year. He's like Floyd, where it comes to shape. He's genetically. in incredible shape, and I think it's not going to be a problem, the 3 pounds. But we're going to find out. I would love the fight to happen, and maybe the winner of the Marquez fight with Floyd and the winner of Pacquiao with Shane will determine if we can get this mega fight between Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather. That's the fight I know the fans want to see.
That's the fight I want to see.
Well, so what else, Casa? Talk to me.
Lastly, let's talk about the big fight coming up next weekend.
Yeah.
Miguel Cotto, Joshua Clottey. Alonzo, what do you think?
I don't know, man. I personally think that Joshua Clottey is most likely one of the top 3 best welterweight right now. He's an incredible fighter. The guy can box. He's got power. I mean, you saw what he did to Zab Judah. He just took him apart. But he does it on a slower pace, and every single round he just breaks you down more and more. And my prediction is, if they're clean and everything is, there's no inside boxing politics, I think Clottey, he should win. If it's a close fight, because of boxing politics, I think they're going to give it to Miguel Cotto just because of his name and because they're trying to set up another fight possibly with Pacquiao. And Bob Arum is a promoter of both. So that's where I'm a little bit worried about Clottey. But I personally think Clottey is, after Mayweather, I think he's the best all-around fighter in the welterweight division. And I would give my prediction. I'm saying Clottey by decision.
You know what? I agree.
What do you think?
I agree with you. Clottey's a great fighter. He's proven it time and time again. Cotto, the question is, how is he going to be after the knockout to Margarito? He beat Jennings, but let's be honest, not a great opponent, not a big name.
Right.
A lot of the top welterweights would have beaten Jennings easily. So now we have to see how he's going to be when he fights a big name again. Once again, they both have wins over Judah.
Right.
Now the thing is, they both lost to Margarito, but then we found out the whole cheating, the pads. We don't know, did he have the wraps?
Yeah, but come on, Costa. I mean, did you see the fight with Clottey and Margarito? Clottey was dominating this fight until he broke his hand.
Yeah, his hand was broken in the fight.
He was up in points until the 6th round. He was just outboxing Margarito. And I think that without the hand injury, for sure he would have won the fight. Now we want to bring you a little segment, which I hope the fans are going to love. And I think they're going to love it. We're going to talk about the pound-for-pound list right now. And I'm going to give my friend Costa, what do you think?
All right, number 4, Bernard Hopkins. 44 years old, still getting it done. Dismantled Pavlik. Everyone wants to fight him. Still at the top of his game despite his age.
I love Hopkins. I mean, Hopkins he's a legend. He's smart. I think he's got a few more years, even though he's getting up in the age. But I love Hopkins. I think he's unbelievably great for the sport, and I hope he's going to stay a few more years. And I'm hoping for the Hopkins and Roy Jones fight. This is the fight I want to see, and I know a lot of fans want to see this, and I hope they're going to get to an agreement. What else? Who's your
number 3?
3 here.
Juan Manuel Marquez.
Great fighter.
Great fighter. He beat Diaz. Diaz started strong. Manuel showed.
Knocked him out.
Yeah, he came back. He showed why he was a veteran. He was a counter puncher. He timed his punches. He waited for the opportune time. He showed the youngster how it's done. Number 2. This might be shocking that it's not number 1, but I say number 2, Manny Pacquiao.
Manny Pacquiao.
Why I don't have him number 1? Yes, now he's the pound-for-pound king. He beat De La Hoya. He beat Ricky Hatton, exactly. Now I'll just segue into my number 1. I still think it's Floyd Mayweather Jr.
Number 1.
Number 1, baby.
Floyd.
Now, a lot of you are going to argue, how can you say Floyd Mayweather when Pacquiao beat the same opponents as him, his last 2 opponents, and beat them faster and more decisively? But look at the details. Mayweather, when he beat De La Hoya, he fought him at 154 pounds.
That's true.
Mayweather is a small guy. He is not a guy who fights at 154. He doesn't even walk around at 154, and he still got the job done.
Right.
Pacquiao fought a wagering De La Hoya who was done from the first bell. And as for Ricky Hatton, after Mayweather knocked him out, ask any boxing fan, after your first big knockout, you're never the same.
Right, so what he's trying to say is that, and what Floyd also said, that Manny took the leftovers of Floyd Mayweather.
Exactly.
So anything we said, if you think the pound for pound list, according to Costa, you didn't hear mine. I just basically made some comments on his, but I want you guys to send out your comments. And if you agree, disagree, that's what we want to hear. This is what boxing is all about. BoxingShow.tv, send us your comments. Stay tuned, for the best is yet to come.